Hi, my name is Mr. Exum and welcome to my EdTech channel where I show you how to get the most out of technology in the classroom. This video shows you how to set up your class notebook within Teams for a class. Having OneNote inbuilt to the class like this is one of Teams' best features. I will go through the basic options and show you some great tips and tricks.
Okay, so one of the great things about Teams is it has a class notebook integrated into it. A lot of teachers have got used to using OneNote and found it an amazing tool, especially during the remote learning period. And what Teams does is it provides a lot of skin around that, allowing you to set assignments and have a conversation, but also having that class notebook in place as well. So how do we set up the class notebook in the team? Well, here is my class. And you need to be on the General tab, and at the top you'll see there's a Class Notebook button. So it says set up a OneNote class notebook. I'm going to click on that. Now you've got two options. You've got the blank notebook, start from scratch. You have no pre-existing content that you want to add in. Okay, or you can add some content from an existing notebook. So maybe it's a brand new class, but maybe you taught this same syllabus last year. Maybe you've already got some content in your OneNote, some pages that you would like to already populate straight into this notebook area. Okay, so I'm going to do from existing notebook. Alright, now what it says here is that you're going to have these different spaces set up, the collaboration space, the content library, teacher only section, student notebooks. This is great because it's automatically given you a teacher only section where you didn't get that when you set up OneNote separately in the past, so that's helpful. I'm going to click next, and basically this is where I can add some content that I've already had in a previous notebook. I can add content to the content library, okay, which is the area, read-only area for students where they can copy content into their own notebooks from there, but they can't edit what's in there. Or I can just add some stuff into my teacher-only section that I'm going to distribute later to the students throughout the course. Okay, so in this case I'm actually going to add some content to my teacher-only section. So I'm going to pick one of my old notebooks here. And as you can see, I've got the content library in the teacher-only section. So I can look at my teacher-only section and I can choose any section within there to copy across. So this year to this class, I will be teaching the following topics again. Okay, click done. So it's going to add those 6 sections straight into my teacher-only section. Click next. Underneath each student name, I'm going to have different sections. So here, I'm going to mirror what I had in the teacher-only area. Okay, I won't add them all now, you get the idea, and I'm going to create it. Okay, and I get this message saying it's been created, and they're going to send me a message when all the sections have been copied, if there's a lot of material there. And here we go, I am using OneNote, but within Teams. So again, I don't need to worry about opening up OneNote, finding OneNote. Quite often students struggle to find the OneNote, different notebooks from different teachers. There's none of those issues because they just go into Teams, they just go to their class, and their notebook is always there. Okay, you need to, this little arrow here is important because that's what opens up your main navigation bar. I've only got one student in this class at the moment, so that's the students area, and you'll see those 2 sections that I set up for the student. And in the teacher only area, I should have all those sections, and they should all be populated with all the content that I've had previously in those sections from those notebooks that were copied across. So I'm ready, for example, with respiration, to be able to distribute these pages to the students when we do that topic. If you're halfway through a course with students, maybe you taught them last year in a class, but they weren't in Teams then, and now you're starting them in Teams, and you're trying to kind of combine their OneNotes from last year into this OneNote here. That's a little bit more complicated. You're probably going to have to manually go into OneNote once you've set it up like this and copy their pages that they created into their relevant sections to get them up and running. So it's a bit tricky if you're combining it in that way. This is really designed for you with a new team, a new class, but using material that you've already got in a OneNote elsewhere. Now, a couple of things that are really important tips. You're operating in a much smaller window here, okay? And so are the students, and that can become quite frustrating sometimes. It's okay for doing quick work, but important button here is the expand tab. That'll take you into pretty much full screen for your OneNote, and you can have access to everything you need there. Okay, but equally, actually, sometimes you're thinking, this is fine, but I don't have the full functionality in this version here. There are a couple of things you can't necessarily do on the online version, which is in Teams, and you want to open it up in the full OneNote. Well, that's fine. Click on that button and click Open in App. Okay, so here we are in the app. So, if I make some changes here, let's just say I create a new page in the collaboration space, add a bit of content, you should find that in Teams that it will be there. Okay, so whatever I'm doing in that OneNote app is still operating in Teams. I can just use the OneNote app for it, and it will remember that. So I can just open up OneNote and it will remember that notebook, and I can just work within there knowing full well that everything I'm doing is going into the Teams area. I've still got my full class notebook ability here to be able to distribute pages and review student work straight within here. And what's great is if you watch my assignments video, you'll see that when you set an assignment on Teams, you can choose a page from the teacher only section to be distributed as part of that assignment. So you don't need to distribute page and then set an assignment or try and remember that process. You can go, once you've got your page that you want, you can go straight to assignments, set a new assignment, and one of the options in there is to distribute your OneNote page at that point, and it will do it as part of the assignment. So it's all linked together. So they've got their files, resources. You can have all your resources here, your conversations, and then all the notes and work that you're doing between the students are all saved in that class notebook. Okay, just looking quickly at the student view. Here we go. Go to class notebook, and they should see their class notebook. They should see the three areas: the collaboration space, the content library, and the their student area. So they should see the collaboration space. That little bit that I added earlier will be in there. There it is, and we can be working in this at the same time. And they will see their area, and any of the pages that I've distributed to them will be there. And again, they can work on it straight within Teams, or they can open it up in the browser or in the app themselves.
That should be enough for you to get set up with your class notebook. If you need to learn how to use all the features of a class notebook, then do check out the videos on my channel. For now though, I hope that was useful, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon. See you next time.